McDaniel open. Wait while I transfer your call. Civil Division.
Yes, can you speak up? I can barely hear you.
This is Civil Division. How can I help you?
Oh, could you check on a case?
Sure. What's the case number?
2020 CV 1043.
Durgan versus McDaniel.
Right, can you tell me the last thing posted there?
The last thing in this case was a proof of service that was filed on October 26th of 2020.
Right, and that was my motion to get the restrainer dropped, yes?
Let me open it 1 second. It looks like it's a proof of service of, it says, McDaniel's restraining order against Durgan. McDaniel's motion and request to terminate Durgan's restrainer. Yes.
Right, okay. Okay, so can you tell me, I mean, this is a civil harassment restrainer that Durgan put against me.
Can I tell you what?
This is a civil harassment.
This is a civil harassment case, yes.
Okay, so she put a civil harassment of 5 years against my free speech because I called Durgan a pedophile and referenced Durgan having a DUI history and a drug-infested family that has harassed me for years with other members of my community that are related to cops. And I have had ongoing lawsuits against they were trafficking with my old neighbors, harassing me for years in my town, etc. And then she has also sought to cover my rapist perpetrators that are reported on Megan's Law. I'm a victims of crime survivor. I don't know if I've spoke with you before, but I'm trying to understand the language of the court because I do have a current lawsuit right now against Durgan and the county because I have never had a felony. I've never had a 5150. I've never been jailed. I've never posed a threat of harm to anybody or Durgan. And it is my civil right to be able to have called her place of work and asked what their hiring process was because she had harassed me, hacked my bank account information, and moved to my mom's government housing and doesn't even qualify for a subsidy so that she could harass me for years and blacklist me against housing and advocacy and like I said, I have SSDI for PTSD as a victims of crime survivor, and she sought to cover my my abusive ex that is a retired NFL Raider, Lester Hayes. He's also in my lawsuit. My question is, I watched a YouTube on Dan Walk. He gave a restrainer granted for 6 months to for a woman that was named Rebecca Johnson to restrain a guy with the last name of Young, only for 6 months, and he was reported as that woman's rapist and who had been harassing that woman and making violent threats and having guns and things like that. And Durgan was allowed to put a 5-year restrainer against my free speech when I'm the one that's been victimized and harassed from Durgan. And
That's only determined by a judge. We don't have any authority to explain why the judge made that decision.
right, well, it's obvious organized crime,
Right, we're really here for procedural questions, not really why the judge made decisions.
Okay, well, I just wanted to document and verify, that, she put a civil harassment restrainer on my free speech of 5 years, that there's nothing in that restrainer that's criminal, and they're trying to control a narrative in my community and society where I don't feel like I can even go anywhere in my town without being harassed and 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 messed with. She's had friends that have gone to the nail salons that I used to go to that I don't even feel comfortable going to anymore, or even going places in my community where I feel a violent threat of harm from Durgan's friends that have stalked me at motels with her gang friends that are connected to a racist PD Figueroa that was sued from Attorney Burris for beating a black man. His family are related to convicted murderers Enrique and Jesus Campos that went to prison for murdering people.
Procedural questions. If you need assistance with what options you have or how to file any documents, I can always transfer you to our self-help, and you can leave a message, but unfortunately I can't assist you with anything other than procedural.
Right. Right. I just wanted to make sure that, like I was just saying, I'm documenting the fact that, she put a civil harassment restrainer on my free
That's correct.
speech.
You have undocumented, yes.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that, this, I'm documenting verbatim, that because they're trying to control the narrative and harass me. And I've never been jailed. I've never had a felony. I've never had a 5150, and they're blacklisting me from housing. They're blacklisting me from my community. They're blacklisting me from advocacy, and I have disability for PTSD for being a victims of crime survivor.
I understand that, ma'am. I can only answer procedural questions, so if there's something I can help you with procedural with your case, I can help you, but other than that, you'd have to reach
Right.
our self-help center or find your own legal assistance.
Sure. And as far as, like I've been watching Dan Walk and how he allows people to file motions, and that, like the motion that I filed last and I sent to Durgan from UPS. And so, I mean, it was verified that I sent it. It was verified that it was received, and then a copy sent also to the courts, and that should have been sufficient for filing and having that be acknowledged from the court when I'm trying to get a restrainer dropped that should have never been filed in the first place against my free speech.
I can't determine whether the procedure, I can't determine whether the process was done correctly or not, or I can't translate what the judge has decided. The only thing I can assist you with is procedural questions on how to file.
Okay. Right. Well, I can just go to the self-help to get more information on that, and they always tell me what forms to send.
Exactly, yes. Would you like me to transfer?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.